Hello, everybody out there. How y'all doing today? Hope y'all are doing just fine. Waiting to see who's going to come in here. Might add some different music here while I'm waiting on someone else to come in. Let's see. Trying to see looking for a certain song to add to this. I think it's this one. I'm waiting for it to upload. It might take a while, actually. Probably will. I shouldn't have probably uploaded it right now. But I'm going for it anyway. So I'm talking about positive thinking today. It's kind of hard to stay positive sometimes. I know it is for me. Positive thinking is an act of replacing negative thought patterns with positive thought patterns, often thought of as pessimism, with positive thought patterns often thought of as optimism. Positive thinking can't be practiced without acknowledging the reality of what you're experiencing and feeling. So sometimes when you're feeling blue, it's hard. Angles this down a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to be positive when you're feeling down or out. Tried to add a song on here, and the download of it messed me up somewhat. That's okay. We'll try it again. See how it goes. I just won't try to add anything to it. That's all. All right, let's see what else we have here. I'm wondering how the people in Florida is getting along. According to the weather report, it doesn't look very good for a lot of them. So any of you out there in Florida, my heart goes out to you. It looks like it's passing rough in Florida for y'all right now. So prayers for all of you. So today, I guess I'll just tell you, I went to my mom's today and I cooked for her. I got up early this morning. I cooked okra and I cooked cabbage, and I brought those over there. It was some okra that I had picked the other day, and I still had some left on the table. So I got up this morning around, I guess, 6. I couldn't sleep, so I got up, went in the kitchen and cooked that, and then around 7:30 I decided to call her, and immediately, she was wondering if something was wrong because I had called so early. So sometimes when you call people really early in the morning, they can think something's wrong, But anyway, I told her what my plans was, and I told her I was taking out some ground beef, and I was going to go over there and cook for her. And that's what I did. She was glad to have the company, and I was glad to see her too. I invited my sisters over there, but they didn't come. One of them was working, and the other one was helping another friend. So me and Mom had just hung out, we ate, and she had cooked some brown rice for us, and that went well with the gravy that I prepared. After that, I took her she needed to run a few little errands. She had a little check she needed to cash, and she needed to go pick up her prescription. And after that, I took her on a little ride in town just so she could see some of the sights, just to get her out, because she stays in that apartment all the time. And after that, she was telling me she needed some shoes. So I said, and some slippers too. I said, well, let's go to the next town and try to see if we can find you some shoes. Well, the store we went to didn't have the shoes she wanted. They really had a very small selection of shoes. And I told her, just wait till it gets closer to Christmas and we'll come back, and they're probably going to get some slippers and all that kind of stuff in, because a lot of people give that for Christmas gifts. So we'll just have to try again later. And then she needs like some kind of orthopedic shoes, but that's at a different store, and she said she wasn't up to go and do that too today, so we didn't go do that. We got back to our house and we actually ate again. And I seen her neighbor had came back home, which her son had brought her to go do some errands also and bring her to get a haircut. She lives in an apartment, and there are several people there that we all know. And one of them is a woman and her husband. And the husband, I think, has Alzheimer's, and they have a little dog, and the little dog's just sitting there waiting for him to come back all day. Cute little dog. But anyway, they finally came back, and the little dog was glad he was able to go back in with them. So that was about the gist of my day. But I did get to spend some time with my mom. And it wasn't just sitting in front of the computer all day like I had been doing. Hello from Georgia, says Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'm so glad you're here. Just sitting here by myself. I would be glad if you come in. I would love to see you. I have some talking on positive thinking to do, but it's like I'm not feeling real positive right now. So it's kind of hard to talk about something like that. Have a little note or whatever. Let me see. It was up there earlier, and then I messed it up. And I thought it was still up there, but it's not. Okay. It's because I was trying to download some other music into this, and I guess it was just too much for my little putty internet to handle. So it kicked me offline completely, and then I had to restart. So that's what you have when you have slow internet like this. I guess I'm blessed I can even do a stream, because there's this other woman I watch. Her name's Appalachian Brenda, or Cooking with Appalachian Brenda, something like that. And they said that it takes them like almost a week to upload a video that might be like 40 minutes long. I don't know if you've ever uploaded anything, but for some reason, when you try to upload something, it just takes forever. I know, like for me, when I upload a video that I made, if it's a 5-minute video, it'll take an hour to upload. So I upload all my videos when I go to bed at night. It's like when we go to bed, then I'll upload, because I can't upload when we're watching TV, or because all our TV we watch is through Roku, and that takes internet. So you can't use 2 things of internet, not for something strong like that. When you're trying to upload, that obviously takes a whole lot of internet to do. I see Shell trying to come in on the back. She ain't quite ready yet. Okay, see her now. I'm about to get you. There she is. Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
Hey. You looking good today?
Well, thank you. I've been running like crazy trying to get ready for this hurricane. Last night I had a dog have puppies.
Oh, girl. How many puppies?
She had 3, but I did not know that she's had litters before, but she don't do well as a mama having them puppies. I was asleep and she started having them in the bed next to me, and I woke up and rolled over, and I was having trouble waking from my sleep, and she was like suplexing that puppy. I don't know what was going on. I had a whole nervous breakdown, and my roommate ran in and he helped, and so that one did not make it, because I don't know what she was doing, but it was excessive force, people.
Oh.
She got 2 though that she's snuggled up with right now, taking care of.
The least the better, huh? The less the better.
I hate to say that, but yeah, after seeing how she was doing, I called my daughter, because it was her dog at first, and I was like, that dog is a murderer. She was like, oh, I knew she does that, and I forgot to tell you, she don't do good. She's too rough with them umbilical cords.
Oh well, just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, I think this bad weather though made her have them early or something, because they're very tiny.
No kidding. It probably did. I know a lot of animals have babies when it's the worst weather possible. Like them cows, they'll have, or goats and stuff, they seem to have them when it's like, everything's frozen outside and they're having babies.
Right.
I see that little thing behind you. It's like a face, like a board with some eyes and stuff on it. Is that something Drake made?
Yes, it is.
I recognize it.
Yes, it is. That's Drakey Dude's little SpongeBob he made with Grandpa in the barn. I don't know where you can see it, Lord. Me trying to work this backwards. Can you?
I know, isn't it?
I'm a wreck.
That's cool. I like that. You know what? I had made one with Daddy, not exactly like that, but similar to that, and he seen it and he wanted to make one. That's why I recognized it when I seen it.
Okay, because it always reminded me of the metal masks that we had in the kitchen all them years.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that too. I would bring you mine out of my room, but it's like covered in dust, so I'm not gonna show that.
I hear you, girl. I wasn't going to jump in this evening, but when I heard you saying I'm supposed to be talking about being positive and I'm not feeling it too much, I was like, oh well, let me join the room because I'm in that pack today.
You too, huh?
It's just been tough. It's just been busy and tough, and this storm. I've been watching it all day on the Weather Channel, and I'm not too stressed, but my roommate is he's stressing over it. It's supposed to be some bad wind up here in North Georgia, and we are in the mountains. We have big trees all around our home, so it's
are y'all getting anything yet in wind or rain?
Well, there was something that came off of the Carolinas yesterday on us, and it got really ugly and rainy, and then it's kind of just connected to the stuff coming off that hurricane where it's just been icky all day, and now it's starting to pick up this evening.
Well, it was cool here today when it's been hot. I opened the door this morning, let the dogs out and the cat in, and it was cool, really cool outside for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, that's what my daughter said when I talked to her this morning. She said it was amazing feeling over there.
It was. And the wind blew. It had like a good strong breeze all day. It was nice. I got to go spend some time with Mama. I did not feel like sitting here and fooling with all this stuff today. I was like, I had enough. And then I canned potatoes the other day, and I was just like, I had enough. That's a long job, girl. I don't know if you ever canned something in a pressure canner.
I've never used a pressure canner. I've just done it on the stovetop with a big like stock pot or whatever. Grandma's the one who taught me how to can things.
Yeah, it's like what they probably with a water bath. You can do that with like pickles or jelly and figs. You can do a water bath.
I just did jelly or fruit preserves or whatever.
But when you start doing low acid stuff, then you have to have that pressure canner.
Really?
So with the potatoes, and that's the first time I ever did them too. And I didn't realize what I was getting into with those little potatoes because it took me so much longer to deal with them.
What did you have to do? Did you peel them, boil them? What did you have to do to that to can it?
I went in the shed where I had them and I picked them all out, the small ones, and then I brought them to what we call the fish cleaning table. I put them in some big bowls and I filled them up with water. And instead of scrubbing each one, I just wasn't about to do it. And I let them soak for hours, just hours. And I kept going and fooling with them and rinsing them out and, and that took it off pretty good. But then some of them was bug bit or had bad spots. So I had to go and cut all that out. And I had enough to do 14 quarts, which meant I had to go through the canning process 2 times because the canner will only hold 7 quarts.
Right.
And it's just a big ordeal. You have to pre-cook the potatoes for a little while before you put them in the jars. Then you have to put new clean water on them.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if you cook them all the way before you put it in the jar, because I was mentally picturing mushy.
No, you don't. You only cook them for 2 minutes, which is like pointless almost, really. But
let them look at that hot water for a minute. Throw them in there.
And And then you put them in the pressure canner and you get the steam going and all this jazz. And then they have to stay in there for 40 minutes. And then it takes like 40 minutes for the pressure to come down before you can open it up.
Oh, bruh. Well,
And-
the potatoes are pretty shelf stable, but y'all grow so many, huh? You gotta.
But you know what happened last year is we had a bad freeze and a lot of them froze that we had outside just stored. So we lost a bunch of them. So I said, well, let me go on ahead and can some this year. So just to save some in case the same thing happens again.
Have you ever tried dehydrating them?
No.
Seems like you could put that in a food dehydrator and take the air out of it, or the moisture or whatever. The air.
Maybe so. I could try it.
Because I know when
Yeah.
you get like those little packets of soup to make at the store, like the potato cheese soup or whatever, and it's all dry, it's all like freeze dried in there.
Yeah, or like them scallop potatoes. They
Yeah.
dry and hoard like some little rocks almost.
Talk
You
about
add milk to them and you add milk to them and butter, and then they come out delicious.
talking about them rocks. Papa Roger, when Papa Roger was working as a grocery store manager, he would come home with all kind of stuff all the time. But I remember he came home with grape nuts one time, and I was little, and I wanted to know, and it sounded like I wanted some of that. Is what it sounded like.
I hope you didn't make a big bowl.
I know. Look, because I was a little heavy child. So when he poured my little bowl, I looked at it and I looked at him like, man, you better fix me some cereal. And he put some milk in there, and y'all, I'm looking. I have my teeth today. I don't even. No, man, I don't know who in their right mind is like, you know what I'm craving today? A nice bowl of Gravels.
And they fill you up. You cannot eat a lot of that at all.
You better not let them get too wet, and don't let them sit too long, because then you go from rocks to I don't know, something the Indians used to build their pueblos with or something.
I heard that, girl. I don't know if they even make that anymore.
Now I'm gonna have to go look next time I'm in the grocery store.
Well, I tell you what, we tried to find something with low carbs for Grandma today because, diabetics, they have to have low carbs and low sugar, and
Right.
it is a challenge. Look, we turned some boxes over and we didn't come away with much. We really didn't come away with much. She really ended up having to get some pistachios. And we was trying to find like some crackers or something, but all that's so high in carbs. So we was hoping like to find something with a lot of fiber and whole grains,
I don't know. I don't know how to fix that with crackers, but I made some crackers here the other day for my roommate. We had a bunch of cheddar cheese that I needed to use, and it was sliced like to put on sandwiches, and I tore it in little fourths and I put it on some parchment paper and I baked it until it got a little golden brown, and it made like Cheez-It crackers or whatever, but there's no flour. It's just cheese. Now, I had to blot them with a napkin because once you cook it, that oil comes out of the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So I blotted it real good. But it's basically like a Cheez-It cracker, and it's just cheddar cheese. It's really yummy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds like a good option for her.
Mm-hmm.
Cheddar cheese, though. Okay.
Yeah, because we did try some other, because he got excited. He liked it. So he was like, make some more of those. And all I had was Havarti, I think. And it did not do the same. So I'm thinking it has to be a hard cheese. Because I've done it with Parmesan too. And it does the crackers really well. And one batch I sprinkled like some Mrs. Dash onion and herbs on them. And it gave it a little extra flavor to it.
How long did you have to cook it? The cheddar slices.
I stood there. I'd be lying if I told you. I stood there because I was using a little toaster oven, but it does not take long. I'm saying maybe 5 minutes, but I'd stand there.
Oh,
It
okay,
don't take
not an
long.
hour.
And it's a quick. No, it's quick because I put it in at like 400 degrees or 425. I put it at a high temperature, and I just stood there because you're just melting it and making it crisp, like, you know, the crunchy cheese on a lasagna or whatever, when it browns a little more.
Were they thick or like this?
No, they're thin like a normal little maybe like matzah.
Okay.
Because I think if you
We'll
do
have
it
to try
thicker,
it.
it'll just melt flat. You know, it's just going to turn into melted cheese. You're just bringing it a little past melted to get it crunchy. But you can burn it quick, so you got to be right there nursing it.
Sounds interesting. Like I said, we looking for something, some food options for her. It's hard to find something, I tell you.
I am on a hard candy kick, y'all. I'm busting the dollar store down. They have the little bags of, it's like they're called fruit discs, but it's just little hard candies that's, you know, your lime, orange, cherry, grape. And then they have the little package of Hostess mix, like your peppermint, butterscotch, and those little strawberry ones. But I keep filling up my little gallon Ziploc bag, and I just tote this around, y'all. I got some Werthers in there now, and I got all my little goodies in there. I've been nervous from the storm, so I'm smoking my vape. I'm eating candy. I'm just worried.
Oh my
Especially
gosh.
when it gets dark, because you can't at night, especially when it storms up here, you hear the trees breaking and falling, and you can't see none of what's happening. So we know what we in for.
Oh gosh, I don't envy you. I know what that's like. Hopefully it don't get too bad.
We're as ready as we can be. We got a little generator. We got all our food. I don't know why we do this. Some weird Louisiana tradition. I just posted on Facebook. Well, my house is spotless for in case we get blown off the face of the earth.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why we do that, but I sure did clean my house all day today.
Yep, I know. I do that too. I like wash every piece of clothes I can find.
Yep.
And just in case the water or the electricity goes out.
Yep. Everything's done. So I even cooked stuff where if the stove goes out, we can pull it out the cooler and just go with it like that.
Exactly. Well, that's good. It's better to be prepared and not need it than to need it and not have it.
But you know, we've done all this preparing and still we are sitting here worrying. I wish there was something I could do to distract myself, but keep going back to that.
I'm trying to look out my window. My dog's barking. I'm trying to see what he's barking at. I don't see nothing. I don't know. Sometimes he gets nervous and barks too.
It's interesting how you'll learn your dog's barks, and by a certain bark, you'll know whether to ignore it or, hey, I might ought to take this a little serious.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's too serious right now.
Don't sound it. He just sounds like he's roofing around.
He's like, come open the door. I'm hot. He's so spoiled. Oh man, that's one spoiled.
It's hard not to spoil them.
Got to bring him to the vet next week. When I get their little collars out, they know where they're going because I never put them in the truck except for that. But you would think they wouldn't want to go because when they go, they get a shot. But they ready. They love it.
Oh, they like to ride, huh?
Yeah. But they shed and they get all that old hair in my truck and I can't stand that. Like, y'all just be still. But
don't have
Errol
no
sits in the back.
You could crate them in the back.
I ain't never even tried to do that.
Because I have some like big cages at my house for if I have to transport the dogs or whatever, and I would be putting them in that big cage in the back of the truck.
I don't know. I guess I could, Michelle, but I never trained them to it, so I don't know how they'd react.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Might have a hard time getting them back
Tonight,
in.
Tonight, what was it? Self-care or wait, no, things we keep on our minds.
Yeah, let's see. It's something about positive thinking. What's on your mind?
I'm so bad at degradation. I find myself saying, "Oh, that was so stupid, Michelle," or replaying something I did that I made a decision I wish I hadn't made or whatever, and I'll keep on saying these things to myself, and I'm trying to be mindful and stop it at this point, because I'm a firm believer that the more you tell yourself something, the more you honestly start believing it.
Yeah.
But I find myself doing it all the time, getting down on myself, talking to myself like I would never talk to another person like that.
I know, and I do that too. It's like, why? And you know, for a long time I was like, I didn't think anything about it. And then after a while I was like, why am I being so mean to myself? It's not right.
I was just staying with family a couple months ago, and during the day I was at home with their son, and he's a teenager, and he was doing like night college, so he would sleep in the mornings. And I talk to myself when I'm doing my chores or whatever. I may be singing to myself, or I may be talking. Who knows?
Right.
But I would tell him, I hope I'm not bothering you during the day when you're trying to sleep. And he was like, no, it doesn't bother me at all. And then he turned around and he came back in the room and he was like, the self-degradation bothers me. So I didn't realize that I would like drop something, or I would spill something or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, you're so stupid, Michelle, God. And I'd be like, you're so freaking stupid. And I would get onto myself out loud, thinking I'm alone and forgetting he's in that bedroom, not realizing how often I do that.
So he called it to your attention.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a good thing.
He's such a sweetie. Every time I see that boy, he runs and gives me a big old hug. He is just the sweetest little lover.
Wow.
He reminds me a lot of Brady. Very sweet young man.
Oh, it's so nice when people are nice.
He's a hugger, and he'd come out before he'd go to work in the evenings or whatever, and he'd come give me a big hug and he'd kiss me on my forehead. Like I'm the little, he's taking care of me.
Yeah, right. Hey.
But he was just so sweet, and he wasn't big for hanging out or whatever. He'd stay in his room, but anytime he came out, he would give me a big hug. And at first I wasn't used to really hugging, but now every time I see Austin, I'm like, where's my hug? Come here, give Shell a hug.
I know. It's like when I worked at the school and I worked with some of the special needs kids. They are the most rewarding ones to work with. The other ones are horrible to work with. I hate to say that.
I could never be a teacher. I don't have the patience. Now, what I did enjoy doing was go into the nursing home and visiting with the elderly. And I got to where I'd go and do nails once a week at the nursing home.
Yeah, Mama had told me that.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I loved it. The nurses got to where they had to start taking a list of names, like they take down names before I got there. So I didn't even know whose nails I'd be doing. And the nurses would have a list for me. And when they first started doing that, I was like, okay, that's okay. But I was like, the last 2 hours of the day I'm here, I want to do at least 2 ladies that can't leave their room. Because all these other ladies come in the lobby to me, you know, and get on the list and everything. And it was so cute because all the women would be out and about when I was coming, you know. So because they were out and about, all the old men would be coming, making their rounds, giggling. The nurses were like, we just love when you come because it is so lively around here.
Oh,
I love
and
it.
those people, they're so lonely, truly
Oh, how many of
lonely.
them tried to like pay me? And I was like, no, I come here for me. As selfish as that sounds, and I'll be telling them, like, I don't want any money. I come here because this helps me feel better about me. It is not about y'all, as selfish as that but really it was some kind of food for my soul. It was some kind of nourishment that I was trying to give myself by doing that.
That's good that you was able to go and they let you do it. There's so much stuff nowadays. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's funny to let you in there to do that. Really.
Oh, I know, but I went with I had a big giant pack of files. I never used the same file on a lady. I didn't trim nobody's nails or nothing. Like, I was real careful in there with them. And a lot of them little ladies, once I started coming, they had their own little polish. They was waiting on me. They was ready to go, baby.
Oh. Well, it does make you feel good though to have your nails done.
Oh yeah, and I'd give them, like, when you go get your nails done, how they give you that little hand massage when you get a manicure. And yeah, when I'd start rubbing their hands, it's almost like you'd feel them just kind of like melt and relax. Like, who knows when the last time they had been touched in a nice way. You know what I'm saying? We forget
Right.
how we need human interaction. And even
It's
just
true.
hugging someone, or a hand massage, or even just getting your hands done, tidying up your little nails or what have you, combing someone's hair, helping with a little makeup. It just makes such a world of difference for somebody.
I noticed even like when somebody will just touch my arm, it's like I can feel my own tension release. The human touch, it does. It releases bad energy somehow. I don't know. I find that it does though.
Well, I honestly believe you can transfer energy. Like, if you are being very positive and loving and you're rubbing on someone's hands like that they feel, that you're coming from a genuinely nice place. You can tell when someone's being weird with you, or at least I know I can. I'm very big on vibes. Even as a child, I was very, very weird about certain people. Did not pick up on all kind of things,
Oh yeah. Kids do. They definitely do. And grown-ups too.
I think as we get older, we try and go against our gut and tell ourselves, oh no, we're being irrational or whatever. And as a child, I think that's all we know is, oh, I feel weird when I'm around you and I don't like that. I'm not going to be around you anymore.
Right.
I think as adults, we try and, oh, well, maybe they're going through something, or I'm projecting something on them. No. Trust yourself.
Yeah. I've been having neck tension this evening. Oh, I hate that. You ever get that?
Yes, I've been fighting with some allergy headaches and tension headaches lately. I don't know what's blooming, if it's the ragweed or what. Something been beating me up. I know that much. Been eating ibuprofen like it's M&M's.
I know. Me too. And Donna said she has been having that too. It's just the dust and the pollen. It's bad. Hey. I'm all right. Miss Dee's checking on me.
Tell me down on YouTube.
Miss D said you told them you done with YouTube.
Oh, you getting where you getting tired of it?
Yeah.
It's a job. That's when y'all asked me if I got a channel. I was like, oh no. I don't have the thick enough skin first off, to even put myself in there with a channel and then trying to come up with stuff all the time. I don't know.
It's
Seems
exhausting.
exhausting.
It is. It's exhausting. I mean, for a while it's okay, you know, you're going at it, and then when you see your numbers go up, then it makes you want to do more. But when you see your numbers just like halted and not doing anything, it's really depressing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I don't know. I
came in to tell you how. Yeah, we're getting. It's very discouraging. Yeah.
The newness is wearing off.
Yeah, well, I'm spending so much time trying to grow a channel, trying to come up with stuff. And the whole while I'm doing all this, my mom's aging, everybody's aging, my grandbaby's aging. And here I am doing this, and it's like it's not amounting to anything. So it's pretty discouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Anyway, I wanted to come tell you hi. Bye.
Yay!
So I'm probably not going to be doing these lives twice a week anymore for sure. Probably going to be, I know I'm going to be doing them less than this. When I was doing them spontaneously and just coming on in the kitchen whenever I wanted to, I was getting a lot more views, a lot more people coming in. And so I might just go back to doing my lives that way.
Stick with what works.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can only do so much.
It seems like a rough thing to get your foot in. There's so many people with so many different channels and things to see. It just is infinite.
It is infinite. And like even the people that I watch all the time, and Mama's the same way, I guess everybody is. The ones that I watch all the time, I get tired of watching them, and I'll start watching some other ones. So,
well, also it's like this 30-second video world has messed up even my attention span. If I am scrolling through videos in the first 15 seconds, it don't get me, I'm scrolling on.
Yep.
So it's like they've conditioned us to be this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's getting wild out here. It's getting wild.
And I'll tell you something else I'm not crazy about with YouTube is they pay you by, which I have not seen a penny yet. Okay. First, you have to get 1,000 subscribers. Then you also have to have 4,000 watch hours before you even considered monetizable. The whole time though, they're running ads on your stuff and somebody's making money on them. And like now, I've got to that point with the amount of subscribers and the amount of hours. I think I came to that in June or July. I think it was July. Still not a penny. And I've had people do super chats for me and give money to me, and I still haven't seen any of that. None of it.
I don't know how it works, but it'd be worth talking to Alyssa because her husband has a channel. And before, he used to just rap and do just rap music, and he had a lot of followers, but he's started just doing Christian music. His numbers have really dwindled. But he's happy with it. I think it was just too much. It was too demanding.
Yeah. And you can do as many channels as you want. There's other you can do a faceless, nameless channel, they call it, where you can make videos from other, I don't know how to describe it. You can take videos like from Canva where it's just like scenery and stuff, and you can add stuff to you. You can do cartoons. You can do all kind of stuff. And you can do as many channels as you like.
Oh yeah, I need to do me one with just a little trickling stream, and I'm in the background talking the nonsense that pops in my head throughout the day. Just random. I'm gonna call it random wonky thoughts with Shell.
It would probably do great. I mean, seriously. Sometimes I think the less you put, you know, just kind of do something like that, you probably get a lot of attention.
I think so. Ain't nobody got no attention span no more.
Exactly. But some of the religious channels that do the scenery and the prayers and stuff like that do very, very well. I was very surprised when I came across some of them and seen the numbers on those. And I was thinking about kind of making me another channel and just doing that instead, where I'm not putting my face on YouTube trying to talk to all these people I don't know. It's just ridiculous. And you really don't know who's out there watching you, or, well, there ain't nobody out there watching me right now.
It bees like that sometimes.
Yep, it does. And, you know, it also is like, how much are they putting you out there? When they put you out there, yeah, you can get a lot of views, but they have all the control over that, whether they put you out there or not.
And then phones is constantly listening to you, so your algorithm is constantly kind of changing, you know, depending on what I say throughout the day, depends on the ads on my TV.
It does.
My roommate had me laughing so hard yesterday. He said, if my TV gives me a schizophrenia ad one more time. I started laughing. I was like, what do you mean? He said, it's all the time. I was like, well, I don't have those on my TV.
Because you're talking about schizophrenia, boy.
Gaslighting you.
Oh, it's true. And, you know, I've heard a lot of people just recently saying that even if they think something, it comes up on their TV. And I'm like, these people be tripping, okay? And then I'm like thinking something is popping up on mine. I'm like, oh.
Get your tinfoil hat, girl.
But I think it can pick up a lot of stuff, Michelle, because I listened to these books to help me sleep at night. And one of them was about this child that had got kidnapped. And I'm talking about earbuds in my ears, okay? The next day or so, I'm starting to get stuff popping up on my TV about kidnapping, the kids being kidnapped and all. And I'm like,
oh my
how could that pick that up? And I'm using like an old DVD player, okay? So it ain't no Wi-Fi coming through that DVD player.
Well, girl, you seen how they trying to say cell phones don't cause cancer? No, they saying, oh, they don't cause cancer. Were we not told our whole lives that cell phones cause cancer? What? It's like the narrative seems to be changing. I don't know what's going on. I'm noticing they're putting a lot of videos that are like AI, where you're not sure whether it's true or not, and then so I go immediately to Google if it's true. And I think there's a direct correlation in that. I think the powers that be are actively rewriting what we have access to. That whole Mandela effect stuff, there's a lot with that I know I'm not crazy.
No, you ain't crazy.
Something, and I feel like it's because I'm watching the videos, then I'm hitting Google to fact check. And I'm sure plenty of other people are doing it, because I've noticed several videos recently that I've gone to fact check. I get halfway through typing it and it's the first question on there. So I know other people are asking too. So is it a direct correlation between them checking to see how many of us are fact checking what they're saying, and they own the source that we're fact checking through?
I just feel so spied on. I mean, it's almost to the point that I'm comfortable with it, and that's really bad. But it's like there's nothing you can do about it. What you gonna do? Unplug everything you have?
Well, yeah, and like all the people that was against Alexa, I won't have Alexa in my house. I don't want the government spying on me in my house. And I'm like, well, you've been carrying a cell phone, you tracked everywhere you go. They look like,
Yeah, exactly. I see people making videos like, well, you have to turn off your microphone on every app that you have, not just on the whatever. It has to be like turned off on every app that you have. Like, okay,
Well,
I'm not doing all that. All right. Y'all just going to have to listen to me and be bored.
just accepting this StreamYard stuff on my cell phone, I noticed it downloaded 2 games onto my phone that I had never even went to the Play Store. And I had 2, it was like a Bingo Blitz or something had downloaded on my phone, and something else. I had to go undownload them, and that's the only thing I've done where it had agreements where it was like, do you accept all our terms?
Really?
A lot of those say, can we have access to your microphone, your photos, your contact list? They don't need all that. And we're so fast at wanting to play with it, and we hit agree without reading it, and then they have access to everything inside your phone. Pictures of your grandchildren, pictures of your anniversary party or whatever, the birth of your child with your hoo-ha wide open on the phone with a baby coming out. Yeah, they got all that, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Lord have mercy, girl.
Go on vacation to China and see yourself on a billboard.
Giving birth.
Like, damn, I'm a star over here.
I ain't nearly going to China. And you know what I've been hearing some people saying is that they are turning their TV on late at night when they're watching TV, and they'll see like Chinese writing flashing across their screen. Have you heard of that?
I ain't seen none of that, girl, and I'll be watching.
I ain't
TV.
seen none of that.
I
ain't seen that either yet. Pudding Tang's on here. I've been worried about her because she's in that panhandle of Florida.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, we have some friends that were down there, and it's, from what we understand, a mandatory evacuation right now. I think they were saying like a 20-foot storm surge or something. It sounds really bad.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. So how is it, Pudding Tang? She says, I'm always late watching the hurricane Helen, or Helene. I'm not sure how you say that one. And she says,
yes, she sounds like a waspy white woman. Hurricane Helene.
Oh, Helene.
Yeah, she's coming to be waspy up on all of us, y'all.
Yeah. I don't know. She looks like she's going to be bad. She says, brother works at Port of New Orleans. He says the crane operators are walking off the job on Tuesday and said, stock up just in case they don't go back to work for a while and supplies are scarce. Wait, now, what? I got to read this again, girl. Huh?
So the Port of Orleans, they walked off. They're not going to be bringing in anything off those barges.
Walking off the job on Tuesday and said, stock up just in case they don't go back to work for a while and supplies are scarce. You see, now you see this all the time. They be scaring me with all this. Oh, we're on the good side of the storm, she says. Oh, well, that's good. Hallelujah, because I've sure been worried about you. I've been thinking about you ever since they showed that thing going to the panhandle of Florida. I was like, oh my God, Pudding Tang's on the panhandle.
It looks really scary.
She says, yeah, I think it's a union thing with that crane operators. And her brother works there, so she knows. Well, keep us updated on that because that's very interesting. I think I'm pretty well stocked up over here. So that's good. Just people, what I worry about is other people coming for your supplies, then what you do.
That. Sadly,
Yeah.
yeah, things get bad. I don't have much faith for this country because I can't imagine. I could see it turning bad quickly with the ignorance we got running rampant nowadays.
I know, girl. When that invasion first started over the border, at night, I could hear planes passing over my house at night when you can't go out there and look and see what it is, and flying low.
What are you
I
talking
just think-
about? I've only been watching the weather, okay? I don't.
I'm
Wait.
talking about the invasion of the illegal immigrants coming over the border in Texas. That's been going
Really?
on. This has been going on for years.
Years. Okay. I thought you were talking about like something right now was happening. I was like, oh my God.
Well, it is. I mean, it's happening right now. It's been
Yeah.
happening. There's so many people coming in.
Mhm.
They're not checking them. I mean, properly. You know, they're not really vetting them properly, like say they were years and years ago. It's scary. It's terrifying. When you see some of the people talking on the news, they're like, have people in their yard cussing them in another language. They don't know what to do. There's, I hate to sound just like Trump, but people eating their.
But I'm like, I have a weird stance on that because I hear what y'all saying. But I mean, imagine how the Native Americans felt when the British people was talking to them all stupid, taking their land. Imagine how the people in India felt when the British people was over there talking all stupid to them in a different language. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the thing that gets me is all the money that American workers are paying in taxes that's just going to them. You think about your sons or your daughters working jobs and paying high taxes, and that money that they cannot keep is going to these people who are illegal, be it in medical bills or food or whatever. It's good to be in the country. Yeah, it's good to be in the country. It's bad and they're going everywhere. We got ammo too, she said. I heard that, girl. Heard that.
Uh-oh. My battery is going dead, so if I drop out, it's not on purpose, guys. It just flashed. I got 5%.
Oh, okay. I know what that's like. Mine goes dead fast lately. I must need a fresh battery. It goes dead
my
really
phone's
quick.
old.
Yeah, mine's old too.
It don't help that I buy the cheapest one they got too, because I refuse to buy a highfalutin phone when they all do the same darn thing. All I do is call my kids on it. That's about it. My mama.
I know. I'm not about to go drop no $1,000 on no phone. I could promise you that.
I did it once, and that brand new phone lasted me 2 years and blew up. Couldn't get in it. Like the screen went completely white, and I couldn't get it to do anything.
Really? You think it got like a virus or something?
I had dropped it a bunch, and it had cracked, and it was starting to overheat. But still, it was 2 years old. These little cheap ones have gone through way more of a licking and keep on ticking.
It's true. You sure right about that. I've dropped mine and it's got wet before, and I mean, it's still doing good. So we'll have to make some more videos, y'all. I just have to get the courage to do it, is all I can say.
Take you a little breather, get you a little hiatus, and really stop and think about what you want to do. If you want to proceed, if you want to do just your little not going live, or do it more spontaneous, just take a little break. You don't have to quit or dedicate to nothing, but stepping back sometimes helps to look at it from afar and get a better idea.
No. If I could just get some better numbers, I would be more stoked, you know.
My roommate just said Twitch is better for live streaming.
Now,
I
you
don't
see,
know
I've
what
been
that
hearing
is. I
that
don't know what it
word.
means.
Me either, but I've been seeing that come up a good bit. Your videos are amazing, but it's a lot of work, Pudding Tang says. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It really is. It's so hard because when you're doing, I really am very busy. If I had somebody following me around with a camera, it would be awesome. But when I have to film it and I have to get the camera out and I have to make sure the battery's going to last through the whole thing, or I have to stop whatever chore I'm doing and go in the house and get a fresh battery, and it just gets old, or I have to switch the camera around.
I told Grandma, I said, I wish I was there where I could be right there with her, you know, goofing off and helping her get a good angle and pumping her up and all, because I know it's hard and it's takes so much time and consideration down to where am I going to film? Where am I going? What am I going to wear? What am I going to say? Where's
yeah, because you don't want to get on there with your hair all crooked. And sometimes I go on with no makeup because I'm just like, I can't deal with it. And then also, like if you doing something in your kitchen and something's dirty, or you go back and you look at your video and you see something dirty on the floor or the cabinet or the pot or whatever, and it just like ruins your whole video.
Yep.
Just like when I did that canning those potatoes the other day, and I went back and looked at my video and half the pot was all dirty on the side, and I'm like, I don't care.
You can't because look, what you're seeing, it's like really, if somebody got something to say about it, really that person is a miserable person and they need to move along. But we allow people that are miserable to rent space in our heads, and it allows us to follow suit. It's like it's contagious, that negativity.
It is. And look, Pudding Tang says,
you have to stay away from it, and you have to be mindful because it's so easy, like I said, to start degrading yourself and not even realize it.
You are your worst critic. Mm-hmm. That's what Pudding Tang says, and you are. I was reading a book about being yourself because, look, I'm all self-conscious about this now. And it says that. It says the inner critic is always there, just gnawing at you. And it's so true, and it's true about everybody, but you think it's just you know.
Oh yeah.
So
I get very critical of yourself, overly critical. I find myself, and I'm sure you're equally that way.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking the whole time, what are people seeing and what are they thinking? And the truth is they really aren't that focused on me as I'm thinking they are. That's what the book says anyway.
Well, if it's doing all that to you, yeah, take a little break and step back, because if it's bringing you more stress than joy, maybe it ain't so great.
I know. It's like I'm just gonna have to, if I'm gonna keep doing it, I'm just gonna have to relax and let a lot of stuff go. And maybe my numbers will come up then too if I am more relaxed and just let stuff go. I'm just like, people are so judgmental, so I'm trying to satisfy everybody, and you can never make everybody happy all of the time. I know that.
No, you need to rewind, focus on KK, and do the videos that bring KK joy. And hey, and a lot of these videos I watch women do them, they'll be doing a recipe or whatever and say, and if you don't like that, don't put it in there, okay? You making yours, I'm making mine. This is how I like mine, and you make yours how you like yours. It's that simple.
And you see, the other thing is, a lot of my videos that got good attention was videos that I was actually making junk food, and I can't hardly make junk food anymore, Michelle, because I get these hot flashes, and the more sugar I eat or alcohol I drink or caffeine I drink, chocolate I eat, all that stuff gives me the worst hot flashes I ever had. And so I'm kind of like Mama. I'm like, okay, I need more fiber, less carbs, less sugar. I need to eat more healthy.
Well, you know about that, and you need to do a video about easy ways to supplement those hormones without using prescriptions, maybe. Or
well, I wish I knew.
Well, Mama knows that black cohosh. You need to get you some of that black cohosh. That stuff works good. And
Really?
I buy the purple estrogen at Walmart. It's only like $10 a box, but I swear by it for them hot flashes, honey.
Did you have to take it? Because I bought some, but I didn't take it regular. Maybe I didn't take it regular enough for it to help me.
I was taking it every day, and it only took me a week to see results. I was amazed by it because it said it could take 60 days for that estrogen.
Yeah, it does say that. I was like, oh my
results.
God, I don't have 60 days. I'm burning up.
I felt that way too, but I'm telling you, it cut my hot flashes away. I was having like 10 a night at one point, and I started taking that, and man, about a month into it, I was barely having them. It helped a lot for something over the counter.
You know how some women say, well, I'll put one leg outside of the covers and I'm good. Honey, that ain't working for me, baby. Let me tell you, I got all the covers off. And
that's how I do. I'll have my shirt pulled up on my neck where the fan can hit my chest, and I feel all the sweat on my little head and my mustache.
Yeah, I got a wet rag, girl, the fan, the air conditioner. Don't touch me. Get the pillows away from me. Everything.
That heat off your partner's hand feels like it is the heat from the sun. Okay?
Does. And Errol gets hot. When he goes to sleep, he heats up.
Radiating.
And I miss that so much because used to... we would spoon all night long. He would roll one way and I'd hug him, and then we'd turn and he would hug me. And we cannot do that at all anymore because I can't even stand for just the heat off of his hand, like you said, or send me into a hot flash. And
looking like crazy. You, a woman coming out of a burning house, just been rescued. Failing yourself, gulping for air.
It's true, girl.
And then once it does it, your pillowcase and under you in the bed is all damp. Oh, it's so miserable. So miserable.
It is. And then I get cold and I have to cover up. And then before you know it, I'm hot again. So I'm up all night.
God. They don't last long, thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
That would last like, but when it's back to back all night, it might as well.
But it's worse when I have a lot of sugar, or if I have wine. Beer won't do it as bad as wine. Wine does it pretty bad. Huh. And caffeine, like in tea and chocolate. And the other day I had all of those things.
It does it. Mm-hmm.
The other day I had all of those things, and I was like, I don't care because I'm going to be hot anyway. And girl, I had the worst hot flashes I ever had.
Like Mama said, you want to go sit on a fan. Get out of here. I'm taking a break.
Some evening primrose cream can help, but not everyone gets the same effect. Well, I'll look into it because, oh man, I need some help, y'all. It's bad.
I'm telling you, that black cohosh and that estrogen in the purple box. I got it just because it said for mood, because we all know I'm like a little cat. Meow and stuff sometimes.
I can't sleep, and then sometimes I take Benadryl just so I can sleep. It knocks me out, but I have to get some sleep sometime.
Yeah, but that's what I had took when I was sleeping, and I woke up with that puppy being born next to me. I was trying to rouse from that Benadryl sleep with my sinus headaches, and I was It was tough times.
Pudding Thing says she calls it mental pause.
That for sure, mental pause. That 70s show when Miss Kitty goes off hollering at everybody and then she starts laughing like, oh, that was that was out of ordinary or whatever. It was like, oh shit. That.
It's true. And it is something, we don't talk about. She was saying we need to hear about more of this stuff. And it is something we don't talk about because it's like, we don't talk about it in front of the men for sure, but I don't think they want to hear it anyway. They probably just leave the room. But some of those commercials they've been putting on lately, I would hate to be a young girl with a date and have some of them commercials come on. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but it is. Well, I bet you Michelle's phone just died, y'all. Because I don't even hear nothing from that side. Her picture froze. Yep, she's out. Her phone done took it. We don't have cable TV, she says. So, but y'all have internet, so y'all do some streaming, like with a Roku or something. Because we don't have cable TV either. We do streaming with a Roku. That's what we use. I had DirecTV for years, and the price on it just kept going up, 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 up. When we first got it, it was very low. But it just kept going up, 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 up. And then finally I decided to cut the cord, like they say. And I just have my internet, and I bought a little Roku to go with it. I think at the time I bought the Roku was like $25 or something. And you can watch all kind of TV off of that thing. I don't miss my cable TV at all. And I'm so glad that I gave it up. The best thing I ever did. Now, we did have those TVs where you had the antenna, and they changed all that and sent those boxes out so that you could be on, I don't know, it's a whole different kind of antenna, satellite antenna or something. So your analog TVs didn't even work anymore with that. And I was very suspicious about that. I don't know why they did that, but something's up with that. That's what I think. And she says, we have internet and I don't see those commercials you're talking about. Well, I'm glad. That's good. Commercials about women stuff. Little girls don't need to be sitting there watching that with their boyfriends and that stuff come on. I'll tell you what, I would be so embarrassed if I would be a teenager sitting there with my boyfriend and something like that would come on. So, guys, Roku's great. Yeah, it is great. Virgil Dock, Purple Heart. Niceville is between Pensacola and Panama City, and don't pick up any stations with an antenna. Yeah, we catch a few channels with an antenna, but they like in and out. At least before you could before they sent all those fancy boxes out to everybody to get that satellite antenna, before that, your channels might be kind of fuzzy or whatever, but they wasn't just like going in and out that digital pop, 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 pop. You know what I'm talking about? I missed that. I wish they would have just left it like it was. I don't like that new stuff they have for the TVs. It's aggravating. Very aggravating. I was supposed to be talking about positive thinking, y'all, but I'm just like, ain't feeling it this evening. I don't know. It just ain't my day. Yes, I remember them Summer Breeze commercials. Yes, they was. I don't know why they think they want to put that. They going at it at the wrong angle. If you ask me, they could come up because people be like trying to turn the TV off when them commercials come on the way they present them. Like, okay, just everybody don't look at the TV now. Turn the channel quick. So I don't know. I think I'm not going to do my live streams on Mondays anymore. My sister was saying, a lot of people's just starting the week. They're going back to work. It's a hectic time. Blah, blah, blah. Said, well, maybe you're right. I don't know what would be a good time to do a stream, tell you the truth, when people are ready to just chit chat. I know when I would do them in the kitchen in the morning, when I would be just cooking or whatever, a lot of people would come in. But then I would miss some of my regular people. So that was kind of bad, So I might just start doing them. Maybe I'll just keep them for Thursday nights. Start doing some more shorts that might pick up my numbers. It's hard to pick up your numbers on this thing. It's like when they go down, they go down. I haven't had a new subscriber in like a month. I don't know what's going on. It's ridiculous. Winter people are more inside the house. You must do what is good for you. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll be giving up at the wrong time, huh, Pudding Tang? Could be. Sometimes when you give up, that's right when you shouldn't. I don't. When I first started doing these, my idea was to do a channel about something totally different. And then I ended up doing a channel about homesteading. I'm about to start doing some more canning, so I'll do some videos on that. And like I said, you might see me be a little more candid and not. It's not what I do is not scripted. I try to just take what I think is the most important parts of canning or cooking or whatever I'm doing. I don't know how I found your channel, she says. I don't either, but I'm so glad you did. So glad you did. I like the connection that I have with you. And I've noticed a lot of other YouTubers will say that, that it helped them just in their life because they connect with other people. So it does. It helps with that. It's good for visiting with other people and just talking about stuff. I watch a lot of homestead channels. I do too. I really do. I like Holler Homestead. I watch them, and I like True Grit. I think it's Appalachian True Grit or True Grit from Appalachia, something like that. I like them too. It's a man, a woman, and they have 2 kids, and they have a garden out by a creek. And they have a couple of gardens, I think, actually. And she does a lot of canning. He runs his own lawn business, I think it is, landscaping business. But they just they've been there forever. Their family's been there forever. They're not new to homesteading by any means. And they just like on the same land that I think they live in his dad's house. She watches the Holler too. Yeah, they have a new video. I want to watch that this evening. And the other people that I was telling you about, the True Grit, she said they was about to give up because their channel wasn't doing well. They was like, should we just keep making these videos or should we just stop? And she said it wasn't long after that their channel just took off, So you just never know when or if your channel will take off. But when you have kids like that, I think that helps your channel a lot, because people want to see that family, you know, together, and they're together a lot. You see them out planning stuff together. They are shelling beans together. The kids will be right there with them, and they're little kids, like, you know, 6 and 12 or something. I don't know. They might be a little bit older than that, maybe 10 and 12, something like that. It's just nice to see a family together where the parents are there, the kids are there, and they're all working together and they're happy. The world needs that. That is something that the world is lacking, so people like to see that. But anyhow, I think Mr. E's probably waiting on the internet, and I've been on here for an hour and a half. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Pray for this nation, y'all. I pray whoever gets in there will be the right person, the person that our Heavenly Father wants in there. That's what I'm hoping for. So I definitely praying for this nation and the leaders of it. I watched King's Cross there in Texas, 2 educators on a farm. She breeds chickens. King's Cross? I'll have to write it down and check it out. I hadn't seen that one. I hadn't even come across it. Like you said, I don't know how I came across this channel you were saying, mine. I don't know either. It's like I never seen King's Cross ever came up on mine. Yeah, I pray you have a great and safe evening too. I'm glad you're on the safe side of the storm, and I'm glad you came in and told me that, because actually that's going to help me, because I really seriously was thinking about you and worried about you and praying for you. So thank you for coming on and telling me that you are right and you're on the safe side of the storm. That's answered prayer. Cross form. Okay. I got it. Taking my little notes. This camera is backwards. Okay, there it is. I got it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Praying for y'all. I hope y'all pray for me too. Forms with a S. Okay. Got it. And I might do some stray pop-up live videos between now and next Thursday, but I don't plan on doing another one till next Thursday. That's actually a planned one. And hopefully I'll get some other little videos in. Hopefully my spirits will be lifted, and you know, hopefully my numbers will go up. That would lift my spirits a good bit. But anyway, all right, y'all. Good night. Love y'all. Keep praying for this nation, y'all. Praying for each other. Night, y'all. Bye.